When Islanders first got wind of the fact that John Hattig Jr. had become the first Major League Baseball player from Guam, he instantly became the island's hero and a local media frenzy ensued. But JR's record-setting feat didn't end at just making it onto the Toronto Blue Jays team. His biggest moment as a pro came on September 14th when the third baseman became the first Guamanian to record an RBI by getting a huge three-run double against the Seattle Mariners. His number 23 jersey was instantly the most sought-after article of sports memorabilia by local fans, and since then he's become a legend and a testament that when you put your mind to it, you truly can accomplish great things. Despite his phenomenal success, JR remains humble, which made it that much more nicer when GU magazine picked JR as its inaugural Guamanian of the Year for 2006. Once again, we are talking with professional Major League Baseball player JR Hattig, along with the representative from IT&E, Eddie Regis. Gentlemen, again, thank you very much for coming in. Now, many of our local people say that you've done more to inspire our youngsters than anyone in years. Now, you seem to be enjoying this accomplishment, and yet you remain so accessible and open. Why is that? Is it the humble nature?
You know, I realized it, you know, a couple of years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, that it's almost, you know, I guess by watching what other people do and how they go about their business, how so-and-so doesn't have time for this, doesn't have time for that. So, you know, anything dealing with the kids or the people of Guam, I feel like I need to do something. It's because, you know, this is where I came from, this is my roots, and I want to help make another John Hattig Jr. in the near future, and that's my ultimate goal, is have the baseball accelerate. You know, we're still years behind, but there's no reason for me or anyone else to step up and try to improve the game on Guam.
Now, you're a professional baseball player, not a politician, but being from Guam, you seem to recognize that as a role model, you have so much to offer. Are the public appearances that you have to do here and there, are they becoming more comfortable? Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I really do. Every time I seem to get out, I find it harder to talk to a first and second grader than it is a high school kid, because we're you know, high school kids are I'm like 10 years apart from high school kids, but the little kids, it's like you got to catch their mind, and it's just tough to talk to a little kid about, you know, the game, and I just have a great time talking to little kids about it.
Now, this next question is about perspective. If you were back on school on Guam playing baseball as a teenager and a Chamorro from Guam made it to the majors and you happened to run into him at the old townhouse, what would have gone through your mind as a young boy? I mean, would you have asked him for an autograph? Would you have asked him to shake your hand? What would you have done?
I'm really shy. Yeah, I'm really shy in that aspect, as far as, you know, I'm just like anyone else here. When they come up to me, they see me, like, just like before on my way up, I stopped by Mobile, and the guy, like, I went in, I was like, you guys have an ATM here? And the lady was like, no. And then the guy walks out and he's like,
how much money do you need?
He's like, hey, excuse me, sir, are you John Hattig? You know, and so
that was my next question. I wanted to ask, what is it like day in and day out? You're on Guam taking a break from the major leagues. What is your experience day in and day out? People come up to you all the time, and do they want to shake your... What is that like?
It's great, because it just makes me feel to know that everyone's paying attention and seeing what's going on, that that's not left out there, and they mostly want to come up to me and say, and a lot of the older people, the uncles, tell me, boy, you make Guam so proud, we're so proud of you. And that feels good coming from an older generation person, you know, being 60 and above, and not following my career as much as a high school kid or a kid my age would be, you know. And that's what I get the most, is they just want to tell me how proud they are, and they're thankful, and keep up the good work, and good luck next year.
Now, what was it like to receive the honor of being the Guamanian of the Year? How did you react, first of all, when you heard? I mean, to us, all of us in the newsroom, we were like, oh, no brainer, we're all voting for you. But I'm just wondering how it was. You're so humble and so sweet. I just wonder how you reacted initially.
I was like, really? I was like, okay, yeah, right on, Guamanian. I was like, that sounds good. I'm like, and then I asked, I was like, who was I up against? You know, they didn't mention, so I wanted to see who was I up against.
See, and even then you were like, oh my.
Yeah, so, you know, I still got a little bit competitiveness in me.
Now, what do you attribute your overall success to? Is it your upbringing, your family, hard work, practice? What?
Pretty much what you mentioned, but I guess more being from Guam and learning the sport a different way is where when I watch a lot of my American friends, they demand too much from the sport, and what I learned through some of my coaches and my years of playing is the game doesn't owe you anything. And so a lot of guys look to it and they think that all baseball owes me this, and they don't know how to look at it like you're playing a sport. Have fun, you know, and be serious, but have fun. And I think that's why you get that from Guam. Everybody's all about being together and having a good time, and that's what I really love, is just kicking back and having a good time with everybody, enjoying themselves. And you know, you talk about the game, and that's what I love about the island is we're so in tune to sports.
And everybody loves that about you. We'll wrap up our interview with J.R. Hattig after this timeout, so please stay with us.